Hi, guys. Uh, Welcome to Pop Up Prayer on hopefully TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. I don't know. This is our new platform, and so I'm learning it. Let me see if I'm live. Let's see if it'll tell me. Oh, I am. Can you hear me?
See if it'll tell me.
Oh, it is. Okay, perfect. Sophie, if you're watching this, I did it. Also, it's freezing. Freezing. I we can't ever tell who's live on here. I don't really like that. We really need you guys to oh, it does tell me to go on our Instagram and like our Instagram so that we can go live on Instagram again and interact because this feels weird, frankly. So I'm just gonna get started. So today I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do pop-up prayer over, much like every other time that I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do pop-up over. And so I was like, let me listen to my readings for today. I'm doing the Bible in a year with a bunch of people on the Bible app, the chronological one. And so I decided this year I was just going to listen. I'm not going to try to focus on like following along, like reading it in my Bible, and like I just want to soak it in. So that's what I've been doing. So today we're in Genesis 41. We got past some of the lineage. That was rough, but we made it. If you're doing it too, we made it. And I had this thought as we're reading Genesis 41. Do you ever feel like God has forgotten what he promised you? In Genesis 41, it's talking about the story of Joseph and it's the Joseph with the coat. I forgot what Lisa called it. A Technicolor raincoat or some kind of coat. The multicolored coat. Okay. Joseph in the coat. That's not important. But it's talking about, just if you go back and start at the beginning of Joseph's story. Side note, this is not the same Joseph as Joseph and Mary. Okay, different Joseph, different lineage. Anyways, and it's talking about, his brothers took him out to the field and they were going to kill him. Then they put him in this cistern thing, which I think is like a well. That's what I'm calling it. Then they took him out and he had one brother that was going to save him, but he wasn't quick enough. And they sold him into slavery, and then he went to Egypt, and they sell him into slavery, and then he has the favor of the Lord, though. So he ends up in Potiphar's house, and then Potiphar's wife, she was just real scandalous and tried to get him in trouble. And so then he got thrown in prison. And then while he was in prison, all these people are having these dreams. And he's like, oh, I can tell you what your dreams are made of or what they mean. Not made of. I don't know what that means. So he tells them. And there's another guy in there, the head baker, I think it is. And he gets out of prison. And Pharaoh's having these dreams, and he's like, "Oh, hey, like I know this guy. Like you put him in prison, but he can tell you what your dreams mean." So they bring Joseph out, and he tells them what his dreams mean. And again, the favor of the Lord, because the Lord has told Joseph, "You will have favor." Way back when. So he gets out, and he ends up being like the leader of this whole nation, like the governor of. The Pharaoh makes him the governor. If they had governors back then, I don't know. Maybe that's where they came from. Anyways, um, it was the cupbearer, not the baker. It's like playing Clue. And so Pharaoh placed him in leadership over all the land, over like the food and the livestock and the land and all this. And so he tells Pharaoh that about his dream, like you're gonna have 7 years of plenty, and then 7 years of famine. But during this time of plenty, like, you got to plan. Like, you can't just go into this blind. And so he says, okay, well, you take care of all that. So he does. So the famine hits. Joseph's in charge of everything, making sure people aren't hungry. Now that I think about it, it's kind of what I do during the fast. I just make sure people aren't hungry. I just feed them all. So if you're hungry during the fast, it's your fault for not asking me. But if you look at the whole thing, the whole time span of it, like when Joseph got his blessing from the Lord and like to where he is now, it was a long time. So he had to wait a long time. But God still fulfilled the promise. He doesn't ever forget us. He doesn't ever forget what he told us. And I think that it's okay that when you get in those times of like where things don't be looking great and they don't look like they're going the right way, that you remind him, God, this is what you promised me. You promised me this. Right now I have this, but this is what you promised me. So remind him. Sometimes people need a reminder, you know? That's why we do these pop-ups. But sometimes I feel like even God needs a reminder. And I think it's probably more he wants us to remember what he told us so that we lean back on that. Now that I think about that. God's strategic like that. It's all about timing. And it's not our timing, but it's his timing. So I was like, okay, well, give me another example. So my Bible, this Bible, if you have this Bible, if you don't, you definitely should. In the back is this help finder. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, you can literally look up like any word, like patience or any word, and it'll send you to the verses, not like, oh, let me tell you about it from my point of view. Like, it's going to send you back to scripture. So that's what I did. I looked up patience, which is something we all struggle with. It's okay to admit it. It's a fruit of the spirit that sometimes falls out of the basket. It's fine. We got to pick it back up though. So it sent me to Habakkuk. And I also just learned how to say that. It's not the easiest word. So if you go to Habakkuk in chapter 2, verse 3, it says, this vision is for a future time. It describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If time seems in slow coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. So you can't focus on the circumstance of what you're sitting in. You have to focus on the promise that God has given you. He may be slow. It's his time. We just let him, we trust him. Do your thing up there, God. Just remember, us humans, us flesh, we're super impatient by nature. Little reach out will be good. That's what I always tell him. I'm like, hey, little reach out, little check in on what's going on, what you're cooking. That's great. He's never late with his promise the way he planned it. We have to remember, like, it's his plan for our life. He's already laid it out. He already went before us. He already made the plan. So it's going to be fulfilled. It just may not be the way that you think it should be. And if you think that you can do it better, then we should probably do another pop-up over that, because that means that you want to take God's spot, and I don't really think that there's any openings. So let's just go ahead and go with his plan for our lives. But so through all of this, through Joseph's time, within that, like, he's reunited with his brothers. He finds out that he is a new brother. He brings his whole family, 12 brothers. Allison's got like 5 brothers. I can't imagine 12. I don't know. Maybe she would like it. I would like it. I think it would be cool. But he gets to bring all of them to the land that he's living in so that he can take care of them, and they're fed and they're during the last 5 years of this famine. Like he tells them, there's 5 more years of this coming. Like, just bring all your stuff and we'll get you taken care of. But it may not have happened in the time frame that Joseph wanted it to happen, but it still happened. It's still going to happen. The promise that he gave you is still going to happen. All those things that you put on your vision list last year that you didn't mark off yet, move them to your new vision list. With Vision Sunday coming, start making those lists early. Like, start planning. What can you move over? So you continue to pray over those. And what new things are things that you want to put on your vision list? If you go to Your Place Church, you know about the vision list. If you don't go, I know that you can go back to past messages, usually the beginning of the year, on our YouTube, and look for the vision list message. It maybe says it. I'm sure somebody smarter than me has made that happen. But if you go back to Habakkuk and you go back up to verse 2, it says, "Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on the tablet so that the runner can carry the correct message to others." To me, I just think that means, like, you got to write things down. Write things on the vision list. If money were no object, what are those things? Who are those people that you are wanting to reach? What are those goals that you want to mark off your list? What are those? Anything. Put it on the list. Everything. Mine's usually like 2 or 3 pages long. I actually think I tape mine in the back. Let's see. I tape it in the back of my Bible. It's like too long. Anyway, that way, when I'm doing my daily time in the Word with Jesus, whatever, I can go back and I just pray over those things every day. And I thank Him for bringing those things on His timing, not my own timing, because He knows better than us. Really, let's be realistic. If it was up to us, it'd be mass chaos, like herding cats, probably. But write them down. Jess, who's also on the Virtue team, she's huge about writing things down and just praying over them every day. If you have questions about how she does that or what she does, like, you should ask her, because she's got it down. So, moral of the story, the promise is coming, and you just need to sit and wait and be patient. And in the meantime, you start thanking Him for bringing those promises and not getting agitated that the promise isn't the way you wanted it to turn out, because frankly His way is better, and that it's not on our timing, because we're not great concept of time people. Time management. Poor time management. Humans as general, poor time management. Anyways, I'm going to pray over you guys, and I'm going to let you start making your vision list, and maybe share this message with someone. Send the link to someone who needs to hear it today. Go like our Instagram. We have a Facebook. We have a TikTok. We have a YouTube. Go like all those things and follow them. So we're just going to pray and let God do what He does. Dear Heavenly Father, God, thank you that your timing is better than ours. Thank you that what you have planned for our life is bigger and better than anything that we could ever even imagine. God, we just are so grateful for just the vision that you have. We are going to work harder, God, to be more patient and to sit in the waiting that you have for us to build our faith. God, just as a reminder that your promises never fail, your word never returns void. And so if you said it and if you spoke it over our lives, and that's what we got from you, we heard from you, God, it's going to happen, even if it's not on our time frame. God, I pray over each and every person who is watching this, God, that you put a vision on their life, God, that you give them direction, you give them discernment, God, and give them a peace in any circumstances that don't feel like you're hearing them. That they have a peace that overcomes them because they know that because you brought the promise to them, you gave them the promise that it will be fulfilled, no matter the time frame. God, I just pray that each and every person, God, just continues to dig into the word, God, to hear what you have to say, to just receive what you're saying to them. God, I just pray that you speak loudly to them this week. And I pray that they share that message with someone. And we thank you for all of these things in your holy name. Amen. Okay. That's all I got for you, I think. Oh no, we have some events coming. Let me just tell you what we got coming up. If you're in the Broken Arrow area, we're doing a pop-up at Lorraine's. I've never heard of it, but I hear it's phenomenal. It's on January 30th. The information is on all of our social media platforms. You do not have to register for that one, but you should definitely come and bring a friend. Grab some food, listen to our speakers. They were spotlighted today. Jenna Nolan is going to speak, and Jess. I forgot. Oh, you could ask Jess. When you go to pop-up, ask Jess about how she writes things down. We have a Galentine's on February 12th here in Pryor at the Fireside Campus. Registration is limited. Let me repeat that. Registration is limited, so do not wait. It is on our Facebook as well, and probably all the social medias to register for that. If you have a 9-year-old through 12-year-old, we're doing a Virtue Girls Night sleepover edition. That registration will be up this week as well, also space limited. But if you know a 9 through 12-year-old little girl, get them registered for Virtue Girls Night. They have a blast. They dance and eat pizza and all kinds of stuff. So don't forget that. And then conference link is live. It will also fill up fast. It is also on our social media. Go ahead and journey on over there and register for that. The price will go up after a while. I don't know the dates on that. So if you just do it now, then you don't have to worry about it. And then you can visit us at virtue.org for all the information. If you need a book, if you want to send a book to someone, if you want to send a pop-up to someone or an event, just go over to that virtue.org, click on that link tree, and it's going to give you everything you need. So I hope you guys have a great day and you're warm because it's blistering cold out today. It's ridiculous. Somebody should get that under control. Anyways, I hope you guys